All right, Ela, there has been a reaction from the cops, the police officials on ground, where they're saying that it is only after 1 hour that we'll be able to assess the collateral damage, if any. So what can be expected in terms of that? This has been one big concern that, the aftermath, the damage that this may leave on any of the properties or human life. So what more are you picking up in terms of that?
Both the societies which were nearest to the Twin Towers were evacuated. Even they took their pets with them. Even the street dogs were taken out and rescued. Street animals were rescued from all that stretch. So there is a very minimum chance of someone getting injured, as there was only authorities and the police officers who were deployed there, and there is no report of any injury till now. But as the police has already said, everything has gone according to the plan, and only after an hour they would be visiting the site and they would be checking everything is fine or not, and only after that we could get to know if there is any collateral damage in this demolition or not. For now, what we can see and from what it is visible to us, both the buildings are almost visible to us. These are they are safe and sound, it looks like, but only after the inspection done by the authority, NDRF team, CBRI team, only after that we could know that if there was any damage or not. For now, there has been no report of any incident or any collateral damage. Back to you.
All right. Also, one very important aspect of this entire... All right, let's first cut across to the live reaction, then we'll come back to you, Ela. All right, we will cut back to that live reaction as well. We'll be getting you all the ground reactions. But, another very important aspect of this entire demolition is its impact on the environment. Especially we're talking about Delhi NCR, which has always been in news every year for its pollution levels. So, if we just go into the debate of the impact of this demolition on the environment, what more are you picking up?
We are still speculating. We are estimating what the time will be.
Sir, blast है वो बिल्कुल copy book का.
So there you see Abhishek Verma, the DCP of this zone, was telling us regarding the status of update.
All right, so that was my colleague Priyank, who's reporting live from the ground and was just picking up a reaction from one of the police officials. And in fact, remember, the cops on duty have said that they are inspecting the situation on ground and very, very closely monitoring the situation. They are checking if any explosives are still left in the building and that they will leave no stone unturned when it comes to ensuring the safety and security of the human life. And once again, let's go back to my colleague Ela, who's reporting live from the demolition site. Ela, another very key question and a very key aspect of this entire demolition drive is its impact on the environment. Especially, this is an area which is Delhi NCR, which is in news every year, year after year, only for its worsening pollution levels. So what is your perspective on the kind of impact that this will have on the environment?
Well, absolutely. The kind of dust it has produced, the kind of smog which came out after the demolition of the giant Supertech Twin Tower, it would definitely affect the environment, as the dust which seems that it has disappeared has not completely gone, but rather it has settled down, and the pollutants are still there in the atmosphere. And from the experience only, we can say that it was quite hard for some time to breathe in that air, because that was kind of toxic air which we were breathing in. And in the morning only, the AQI was satisfactory in the Noida and the area we are right now standing. So right now the AQI has gone quite higher than the usual, and right now we are seeing that the dust is not clearly visible, as the water was being sprinkled by the authorities. They have also used the water guns, smog guns, and they are still trying to water the trees and water the roads around this area, so that the dust should settle down as soon as possible. But it would clearly, and the citizens were also saying the same, that it would clearly impact their health, and it would clearly have the effect. And especially for those who are having respiratory illness, they are also advised that they should refrain to come to this area for 1 or 2 more days. And I have been talking to the residents as well, those who had old people in their family, or those who had people with respiratory illness. They have said that they would be coming later than everyone, as they would still wait for the dust to settle down, and this would clearly impact the environment, and this would clearly see that the dust you can see on the road stretch. We'll try to show you the kind of dust it has settled on the road stretch, and it appears completely dusty here right in front of us, and outside the ETS, just in front of the ETS, the stretch we are showing you through the visuals is now completely dusty. And even those clothes that were used for the controlled pollution, and the special fabric was used, and these special clothes were used to stop the dust. And we can see that how these white cloths which were used are now turned completely gray. So you can see that even the tires above those white cloths are now covered in dust. They were earlier the green in color, and now they are totally dusty. So we could clearly have an impact on environment. And right now let me show you the kind of AQI we are witnessing here. Right now the AQI you can see is like 106. It has reached to unhealthy, and it has reached to in a poor quality. In the morning we have seen that it was around 90, but now it has reached around 106, as clearly visible on the screen. You are talking about environment. See, this is the impact, and see how PM10 has gone up, and PM 2.5 is 37, and PM10 is 166. So you can see that how it has impacted, and it shows unhealthy for sensitive groups. It clearly mentions that it is a unhealthy environment for those who are already having some kind of respiratory diseases. So clearly the AQI index has gone up, and clearly it had an impact over the environment. Back to you.
Absolutely, Leela. Thank you so much for joining us with all those ground details. You've been reporting on this big story of the day relentlessly since morning. You're doing an excellent job. Thank you so much for picking all those ground details for us and getting us up to speed with every second detail. And with this, it's time for us to slip into a very short breather, but don't go anywhere, for we'll be back soon.